Here's Craig. Ariza covering. Just 5 on the clock. Craig passes to Murray. From outside the arc. Ariza with the rebound. And it's a...
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. Big 14. Oh my God. Hey. Hold up. Take a moment. Count my guap. Count my guap. All these racks bumming in. They bumming in. Hold up. Hey. Count my guap. Count my guap. Can I stop coming in? Coming in. Put up in a drop top. She dropped. I put up in a drop top. She dropped. My diamonds dancing hot skies. They hold this. My diamonds dancing hot skies. They hold this. Yeah. Hold up. I don't know what planet I'm on. I'm a king. Look, watch the throne. I feel like Bono. I'll your heart. I'm ballin' hard just like a maverick. Money stretched long, look like elastic. Now that steady calling me Mr. Fantastic. Yeah, hey, no, I keep up. If you play, boy, I turn your. Yeah, put you in a. Money sit long, it's elastic. I don't know what planet I'm on. I'm a king, look, watch the throne. I feel like Bono, I'll off your heart. Yeah. Hold up, take a moment, count my guap, count my guap. All these racks bumming in, they bumming in. Hold up. Hey, count my guap, count my guap. Can I stop coming in, coming in? Put up in a drop top, she dropped. I put up in a drop top, she dropped. My diamonds dancing hot skies, they hold this. My diamonds dancing hot skies, they hold this. Yeah.
Astral worlds, my planet, my home. Clouds too high, too strong. Mix this for way too long. Add it up, don't subtract it. Yeah. All this with me and let's get straight up. Lambo drive like a dragon. Can't fall asleep at night cause they attacking. Yeah. I hop in the coupe, go insane. This a pick, go David Blaine. We don't live the same.
I gotta take you.
Never to drown the pain. Jet to the plane. Move for this chain with your elbow. I hope you got aim. Don't need no more stains. Or get high like my name. Hide out in the trees with the bumblebees. Please say the name 3 times. We gon' pop on you like a Mary Main.
Hold up, take a moment, count my guap, count my guap. All these racks bumming in, they bumming in. Hold up, hey, count my guap, count my guap. Can I stop coming in, coming in? Put up in a drop top, she dropped. I put up in a drop top, she dropped. My diamonds dancing hot skies, they hold this. My diamonds dancing hot skies, they hold this. Yeah.
mill, and the day ain't even.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that.
Go ahead and do this.
And our coverage tonight will be coming to you from
This
Sacramento.
Yesterday my mother called me, she told me that she be worried about my food and what I eatin'. I told her it's calamari. When I got no plans, sipping on it after dinner. You say you hang with the man, I see him when I'm in the mirror. Pull a meal, and the day ain't even have the deal on your. Every day I just be sipping chamomile, mass appeal. Everybody show up cause they know I'm here. Every week I be on the, she think it's at a field. Up in my business, pull up in my crib. I got people out there like they train for. Asking for forgiveness, I never said you have it. Pulling all these, like, do you really want attention?
Diamonds on my wrist got her attention. When I pulled up in that drop top, funds worth Bentley. I heard Jermaine got me in her mentions. I am a Martian, I am not from this dimension. No. All of this water dripping on my paddock like I wrenched it. For your daughter, I won't test her back, she in detention. Drip, drop, Gucci socks, bought my bitch a Vinci. No TikTok, Rolex watch, plain Jane keeping it simple. Young, rich, in the trap, ain't going for a chopper flip. On my way up to 8 figures, I don't need no police, my neck on freeze, nigga, my dog breathe.
Pull a meal, and the day ain't even have the deal on your. Every day I just be sipping chamomile, mass appeal. Everybody show up cause they know I'm here. Every week I be on the, she think it's at a field. Up in my business, pull up in my crib. I got people out there like they train for. Asking for forgiveness, I never said you have it. Pulling all these, do you really want attention?
What up, Cassius? Guys, don't forget to follow and share. We're about to get crazy up in here.
Run it up, all this, bag it up, then come right away. Cause you're sweet. What's your status? Yeah, might hit your address if I'm on a. Just right to you, I can't do no traffic, I can't do no lacking. Cause you're sweet. Like Coco, hanging out with you is a no-go. Hanging out with you is a no-go. Cause you're sweet. Like Coco. Hanging out with you is a no-go. Hanging out with you is a no-go. Cause you're sweet. Like my time, like my jokes. We been downstairs in the basement with the most. Yeah. Shot my town, shot my tropes. Shot my jokes, made my chain look like Fruit Loops. Yeah. Come get it, come get it.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. With me, oh you know him, Shaquille O'Neal. You know this guy too, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight's broadcast will feature the Phoenix Suns as they go up against the Miami Heat. For the Heat, Just one win over the last 7 games. They're not happy with how they're playing.
How you doing?
Looking to make amends tonight. Hey, we've seen some great guard prospects come into this league. AI could be as good as any of them. What's his ceiling, Kenny?
Well, there really isn't a ceiling for AI. I mean, he's very little he can't do, and he's already the engine for his team.
I want to say something about this AI guy.
Well, it's your turn. Go ahead.
Where's he coming?
You on lunch break? On Sunday? That's crazy. That's not too bad. Got the kids in the background.
Put you in a take a moment, count my guap, count my guap. All these rags bumming in, they bumming in. Count my guap, count my guap. Can I stop coming in, coming in?
Ladies and gentlemen, a reminder to come to our water bottle promotion coming up. Every day receives Sun Logo water bottle.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land?
Two teams, two conferences. It's a road game for the Heat in this one. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. With that road trip behind him, the Suns ready to perform in front of their hometown fans here in Phoenix. They put together game after game, winning 5 games in a row. Fantastic stretch.
And seeing where the Suns are, they've started the season on a high note. We thought it may take a while for them to kind of find their groove, but it doesn't look like they're going anywhere here or any concerns about growing pains.
Yeah, I think that growing process has already taken place. Already know identity is and where its strengths lie.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up, ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. Johnson and Richardson, they're the wings. Adebayo is out there with Whiteside, and it's Dragic in at the 1 spot. And so it's the Suns getting on the board first. Well, a good one here as these teams have some history, Doris. They see each other only twice during the season, so you know every matchup is a big one.
Right, you start to think, can this be the Warriors versus Cleveland? Can this be the Lakers versus the Celtics? Like, because you're seeing them on such a limited basis, you think, okay, potentially this could be a big-time matchup with all the marbles at stake.
And surely the players circle games like these on their calendar. What do you think?
Oh, at the start of the year, you rifled down that schedule, put that big red X around that game, no doubt.
And Miami has possession, following the 3 from D. Dragic with it, working on AI. The layup off target. Outside Jackson. Here's D. The three-pointer, no good. The Heat have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Richardson.
I'll tell you, you're not going to find a much more confident basketball player. He always believes the points are going to come.
AI dishes to Ayton. Back to AI. On the wing, Booker. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots the 3. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
A deep shot specialist. Booker with silky smooth release.
Dragic with it, working on AI. Johnson surveying the floor. And it's Adebayo in the corner. Here's Dragic. Doesn't go for him. Now the Suns take it the other way. This game against Miami here, their first look at the Heat.
Yeah, this is a great rivalry, guys. I mean, even though they're in opposite conferences, you look back and the teams have a lot of history.
Now here's Jackson. Back to AI. Warren trying to break loose. That 3 off the mark. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in.
And what a story for Hassan Whiteside. A second-round pick back in 2011. He's bounced around. I mean, the G League, China. He even played over in Lebanon. It wasn't until 2015 that he emerged seemingly out of nowhere as a factor. Miami.
Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. It's stolen by Dragic. Richardson against Jackson. Here's Johnson. Miami no good on that time either. And Whiteside in 2016 receiving a 4-year max contract break from the Heat.
Amazing how far he's come. Set the franchise record for most blocks in a game. And pretty impressive when you think of the big men who played for the Heat. We're talking Lonzo Mourning and Shaquille O'Neal, no less.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to shoot their way out of the slump, and that didn't work. They got to go back and regroup.
Yeah, maybe a new approach, because what they're doing is not working. You're going to have to alter some things on the offensive end.
And the Suns here with a different look. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for 8. Rashawn Holmes comes in for Warren. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Jackson. And it's Bridges in for Booker. And a new group getting ready for Miami. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Whiteside. Winslow comes in for Bam Adebayo. Dion Waiters checked in for Josh Richardson. And Ellington is subbed in for Johnson. Ellington grabs the miss.
Well, they've been playing some tough defense on him in this period, and it's starting to affect him. This guy's having trouble finding the target right now.
That's it, coming off an assist from Dragic. Ellington's got his first points in this one.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Ariza kicks to Holmes. AI outside. Chandler outside. Here's D. The shot from the low post is good. D's got his second bucket of the night.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Now here's Dragic. He's guarded by AI. Dragic looking it over. On the wing, Winslow. Miami needs to get a shot off. Off target with his 3. And so it's the Phoenix Suns heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Josh Jackson, the 4th pick in 2017. He's already made an impression on his teammate, Devin Booker.
Josh is an ultra competitor. He has the same mindset, that winning mindset. And, I think that's where it starts, people that actually care about the game. And Josh is definitely one of those guys.
Well, these two have and the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. And a new group in for the Heat. Whiteside's checked in for Olynyk. Bam Adebayo comes in for Winslow. Josh Richardson's checked in for Wayne Ellington. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Goran Dragic. Booker and Warren on the perimeter. Ayton is out there with Jackson. And it's D in at the guard position. Who's out there for Phoenix. The Suns coach Igor Kokoshkov has coached Slovenia to the 2017 Eurobasket title. Doris, the country's first ever European title. It certainly helped put his name on the map.
Yeah, no doubt, Kevin. This young man has had great success internationally and as an NBA assistant. And how about Kokoshkov, a homecoming in Phoenix? He and his family have maintained a house there for over a decade.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Hi, Kevin. Well, D in that last outing against the Trailblazers really lit up the floor. He scored 26 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what became a great exhibition on his part. He did just about everything in that game, putting his full arsenal on display. So we'll see if he can put together that same kind of all-around effort tonight, Kevin.
Appreciate it, David. After all the good work he did in that last game, he's got plenty to build on here tonight.
Except that the D is going to be all over him, Kevin. They're aware of what he did last time out, and they're going to be doing everything they can to keep him in check.
Well, and that could be a big positive for them, Greg, because while he's drawing all that attention, a few of his teammates might get a little bit more space to operate.
And stolen by Ayton. For the finish. And AI throws it down.
And you got to be cautious around Ayton. When the pass isn't precise, he has an ability to poke it away.
1:14 left to play here in the second quarter. Johnson with it. Now by Jackson. Richardson the pass to Whiteside. Over Ayton. And the shot no good, a bit short. Suns leading by 14. Pulls it up. And AI with the basket on the assist by Warren. D's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, this is one aspect you'd like to see more of from T.J. Warren. We know he's a great scorer, pretty dime there.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And Dion Waiters, midway through last season, finally had season-ending surgery on his left ankle. He had been trying to manage that injury since the season prior.
Yeah, and ended up losing out on a bonus of over $1 million, which was contingent on him playing 70 games. His play had fallen off, though, so quite possible he needed that surgery even before he suffered the setback.
He's off on the first. And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time.
Well, things could not have been worse for the Phoenix Suns a year ago. They were the worst offense and the worst defense in the NBA. Boy, you guys talk about struggling. That's the very definition.
29 seconds left to play in the first half. Richardson kicks to Waiters. Shot clock at 6. Johnson in the corner. And again, it's the Heat missing. Booker with no one around bangs home the trifecta. Booker's got 6 points.
Exceptional play across the board. I love their tenacity, just piling it on at this point.
You know, and the beauty is it hasn't just been offense, right? It's been the defensive end as well. They're firing on all cylinders right now.
And so it's Phoenix sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, what has to happen?
Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. We're seeing tremendous gameplay from D.
Well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
I think, Greg, we're seeing a couple things. Terrific play calling, unselfish nature, and quality shooting. That makes for good offense.
Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half with. Dragic and Johnson, their backcourt. Josh Richardson out there with Adebayo. And it's Whiteside in at the 5 spot. Here's AI, a 21-point lead, the biggest in the game. Doris, look in your crystal ball. 5 years from now, who do you think will be the 2-3 best players in the NBA?
Well, certainly some of the names. I won't say this is a definitive list, but as long as health holds, I'm going to give you 3 men who are going to be bad men in the NBA for a long time. Giannis Antetokounmpo, because the Greek freak is able at his size to handle it, take it off the window, and dominate action in transition. If he gets a consistent jump shot, forget about it. Ben Simmons, exactly the same thing. His passing ability is extraordinary. I think you'll see him get a low post game, and I think he'll get a jump shot, and he will be unguardable. And one of my absolute favorites is Mr. Joel Embiid. Give it to you inside, but to you outside. Mr. Embiid can handle it. He can dominate with his defense. Those 3 men are going to be all-stars for a long, long time.
Here's Johnson. Devin Booker picking up that last basket. 4 on the shot clock. Johnson finds Whiteside. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between 3-pointers and 2-pointers tonight for Phoenix.
Liking the effectiveness they've shown here from three-point land. And I say, hey, shoot it more. They've been successful with a high field goal percentage, and we'll see if that continues to be a part of their arsenal. Richaun Holmes, he's checked in for Phoenix. Ariza comes in for Warren. The Heat also changing it up. Olynyk, he's checked in for Bam Adebayo. Winslow comes in for Josh Richardson. And Ellington is subbed in for Johnson.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
Timeout called, the Heat.
Yeah, just ice cold right now from the floor. Time to regroup.
And I think, Greg, they look lost and they look frustrated. Not sure how they're missing so many shots right now.
Tyson Chandler, who's checked in for Phoenix. A chance now to check out how the All-Star voting is shaping up. And you look at D. It doesn't look like he'll be in the starting lineup for the West, but just being in the top 20 is a compliment. A great All-Star weekend it'll be. We'll keep you updated as we get closer. Olynyk trying to break loose. Dragic against the bucket.
Well, you know, a lack of effort defensively, and he gets a very good look from deep.
And Goran Dragic, a slippery lefty out of Slovenia.
At his peak, a phenomenal offensive player. He doesn't hit that peak every season, though. And now in his 30s, we'll see how long he can extend his prime.
Well, this is the classic hot hand, right? If he can keep it up, their lead will be safe.
And Olynyk kicks to Winslow. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. A nice shot by AI. D's 18 points in the game.
They've hardly needed anyone else today to get out to this lead. I mean, he's provided almost all of their offense.
Ellington the pass to Dragic. Ariza against Winslow. Inside, the kick out to Dragic. Offline with his 3.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Here's D. Chandler's shot, good.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Outside Dragic. In the corner, Winslow with it. And just miss after miss right now. And so Booker will bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. Back to AI. And it's Miami with the rebound. They're off to battle the Clippers after this game as they'll be playing at the Staples Center. And their road trip is only getting started as that's the second of 6 for them. Now, here's Olynyk. Nothing yet on the score. for him. And it's Dragic off the drive, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Amazing how he gets this one to go. Size doesn't matter.
What fearlessness, right? He likes to go at taller defenders, and he shows he has what it takes to get it done.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
An 85% mark from the line. There aren't too many players in the league who are going to sport a much better percentage.
Catching up on the change. And the Suns making a change here. AI has checked in. And then for Miami, Whiteside comes in for Winslow. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Waiters. We've got D, Ryan Anderson out there with Bridges. Then there's Rashawn Holmes. And it's Daniels in at the 2 spot. That's who's out there for Phoenix.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Suns.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for D.
Boy, with all the work he did at the offensive end, it seemed to me to take a toll on the defenders. They could neither match his energy nor his intensity.
Justice Winslow checked in for Goran Dragic. AI outside from deep, drills it from outside.
And giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Yeah, it really was. They wanted this home win badly, and they went out and took it.
Pass to Olynyk. 35 seconds left in the game. Shoots a fader. And an AI with the rebound.
He does everything right except drain the shot.
Passes it to Holmes. Anderson outside. Daniels kicks to Bridges. Anderson outside. Here is Daniels, covered by Winslow. Daniels, no good.
And it's not easy to get those stops at the rim, but he does a great job with it.
Yeah, he can make it look simple on the interior when it's really not. He knew exactly how to guard on the inside.
So it's the Suns winning easily here. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by
very much.
from the sideline.
Congrats on the win.
All right, Dave.
I'm sure you guys are building confidence, but it's early. And how much do those postseason dreams factor into what this team's doing right now?
I think it means a lot. You know, I think we want to bring a championship back home to these fans. So, are we going to do whatever it takes to make that happen? They deserve it, DA.
Well, it's early, but, you know, it's okay to already talk about title if that's what you think. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg...
AI, Griff's got some questions for you. Can you take a minute?
Oh, for Griff? Yeah, sure thing.
Thanks, AI. I was hoping you would weigh in on your team's winning streak. You guys are red hot right now with no signs of slowing down. What's gotten the team to this point, and do you see it ending anytime soon?
Well, you know, it's been a really fun ride. But I'd say the first thing I'd point to is the fans. I mean, they've been absolutely amazing with the support. I mean, they're like a sixth man for us out there most of the time. And, you know, even when we're on the road, we just gotten great support. So definitely shout out to them. It means a lot, especially in the midst of a long season.
Quotes like that are why the fans love you, AI.
The feeling is mutual.
Well, congrats again on the win, and good luck on keeping that streak alive.
Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Griff.
Hi, Bean, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. That is
your average hood with dreams of getting rich. My crib big like a football field. You might around and think I signed a football deal, but you don't hear me. I take 15 minutes to drop a track, yeah. I take half a minute, but you don't hear me. I make them bounce all across across the globe. I got your a franchise like a Houston Rocket. Every 8 months is when I usually drop it. I got the streets on lock. I like my beats with knock. You know my now who they want? Just to open and act, but I'm the headline. But you don't hear me. I'm about to ship 3 mil off top. You got your deal off your man, I got my deal off price. But you don't hear me. I'm connected like Dub and with ice cubes in my watch and Dubs on the black beam. But you don't hear me. I'm getting paid cause I do all the work. It's rainy days if we don't move all our we go for search. You don't hear me. I'm on
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Tonight, it'll be the New York Knicks going up against the Washington Wizards. Well, for Washington, they're 6th in the Eastern Conference and still trying to make that next step forward, trying to finish in better shape than they did last season.
Oh, if you don't leave me alone.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline. And as things get ready to...
Well, guys, Kristaps Porzingis has drawn comparisons to Dirk Nowitzki, and it sounds like Dirk is a fan. He says of Porzingis...
And Porzingis, DA, a good 3 inches taller than Dirk. He's a very unique talent for sure. Now, about midway through the season, a couple teams starting to slide. And they're desperate to turn.
The angry streamer here. What up, Super? Dímelo. We ain't faking nobody. Angry streamer. They ain't blocking nobody over here.
Turn things around.
That's what's up.
But does that mean, Kevin, desperate means you've got to make a bunch of changes, or do you go back to some of the things that had you in a position where we were talking about you in a positive manner?
Well, you want to remember your mission statement, don't you? You know, what did we begin the season with?
Right. What did we come out of training camp? What was our mantra coming out of training camp? And maybe late November into early December, we won 7 of 10 games. Well, guess what? Break out that film. Let's sit down. Let's talk about it. Let's show some of the highlights of what we're capable of doing.
Go back to what we wanted to be.
And then bring it into the next game and show that you're capable of doing it again.
Agreed. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. And New York, looking at who they've got. Antetokounmpo is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Shaquille O'Neal. Then it's Curry. And it's Mitchell in at the shooting guard position. Wilkins kicks to Haywood. Olajuwon with it. Now guarded by Antetokounmpo. 2 on the clock. And then Olajuwon with the dunk.
I mean, I hope you can appreciate the torque that kind of move generates. He just has that natural explosive dream. Is something.
Here's Curry. Floats one up. Olajuwon with the block. The 3 from Porzingis. Rebound, Washington.
And a really smart defender there. Just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
And what I like best is that he does it completely under control. Really gives the shooter nowhere to turn to.
Washington shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
And up around 82% as a team a season ago. So they know how to make the most of those opportunities.
And Olajuwon drops them both. 1:49 to play in the first. Here's Curry. Curry with another miss.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
Yeah, sometimes everything can go right, but the shot doesn't go down. Nothing there is automatic.
Shaq against Olajuwon. And it's Shaq with the rebound.
Wow, just in shock that he missed that layup. Not a lot of defense there.
Back to Curry. One, no good.
Got to get out of his compass and just try to find himself right now and get himself going.
Wilkins passes to Sloan. Buries the long-range jumper.
Well, he's like a carpenter out there. Great floor awareness. Zipping the ball over to his teammates with ease.
The Knicks have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. High arcing shot. He can't get that one to fall. Good D by Olajuwon.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
Stolen by O'Neal. And now comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. It's deflected, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. Both teams will make substitutions. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Here's Ball. Olajuwon with a block.
Without a doubt, one of the most versatile shot blockers in the game. Olajuwon does it in the painted area as well as along the perimeter.
27 seconds in the first quarter. It's 6. Back to Richardson. It's stolen. It's 2-on-1. Here's Bing. And the rebound go to the Knicks.
Forcing the miss there. He just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good of how valuable it can be.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
Both shots good from the stripe. Up in time. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Wizards lead by 6. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter.
Unlimited style.
Don't miss the action. Your favorite
Love Donor. What's good?
Already a superstar. Antetokounmpo talked about how much.
I'm just trying to focus on the court. What's my next step as a basketball player, because I know this is just the beginning.
I think he's already a top 10 player with his skill set and physical tools, Greg. He can be an all-time great.
He's shown the dedication. I think he's only going to get better.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played 1 quarter of action so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Wizards?
For me, that defense in the first period, just tremendous shot blocking.
Yeah, that prevented some points, didn't it? Also, how you have that intimidation factor going early on. You wonder if in the fourth quarter they'll think back to the first.
They've got Steven Jackson. Olajuwon is out there with Carr. And it's Bing in at the point guard position. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Pass the ball. New York moving the ball around. And a call on the shot that sends him to the line. Talk about what it means to be a good teammate, Brent. You've played with good ones. You've played with bad ones. I've always thought you were team first when you play.
Well, I appreciate that, Kevin. There's just an idea about what it is that you can contribute to the team. I think you always have to accentuate those ideals. Your approach on a daily basis has to be consistent. And if you're a starting player, it's one mentality. And if you're somebody that plays off the bench, you have to come to practice every day to push the guy that's in front of you and wait for your opportunity. But most of the time, it's that kind of consistency with which you come to work and the attitude of making sure that I want to make any kind of contribution I can for our team's success. That usually is a pretty good formula for a good teammate.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play, sponsored by Under Armour Hover Habit. Wallace against Jackson. 6 to shoot. Wallace dishes to Richardson. Olajuwon with the block. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. Wizards leading by 4. And Steph Curry with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Now here's Fultz, guarded by Kerr. 6 on the shot clock. Olajuwon inside. Shaq on him. That shot misses. And here's Curry, who brings it up for New York. Only giving up points this quarter.
And you know what? Up against a weak defense, they were allowed to do pretty much whatever they wanted.
What I like, though, besides that, is that they just didn't settle for it, because weak defenses, you could take bad shots. That's not what they did here tonight. This guy is so tough to guard. He feels like he could any challenge that the defense throw at him.
And he credit the assist on that one.
Getting down the floor quickly, this is a huge part of the offensive attack that this team deploys, and Steph was wide open. But this is where you have to sharpen up your passing. That's a careless turnover.
The Knicks making a switch here. Mitchell's checked in. The Knicks with the lead. Left side, Porzingis. Porzingis with the steal. The 11-footer. Banks the layup. Porzingis has got his first bucket of the night.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. There's 21 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Stoudemire wide open. And another miss by Washington. Curry deciding where to go with it. Pass to Antetokounmpo. 1 second left.
Oh, tight defense there. Olajuwon's like a big cat. The combination of elite speed and power.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Knicks out front.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. New York holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They have a narrow 3-point lead. Kenny?
I was surprised on how comfortable they seemed here on the road. The hostile crowd, that didn't bother them at all. And I want to see if they can keep that up in the second half.
Shaq will. And it's just about.
I can show you the world. Looking on every your team.
Welcome back, folks. A lot to see in that shot from high above Washington, the Capitol, the Supreme Court, the Lincoln Memorial. That is one heck of a view. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Tipping off the second half here, David Fizdale's fine. They've got Porzingis. Curry is out there with Mitchell. And then there's Antetokounmpo and Shaq in at the 5 spot.
And that's just too deep. Olajuwon with way too many moves in there, almost automatic.
Curry on the wing. Guarded by Stoudemire. It's stolen by Olajuwon. And that one's good. Wilkins.
Yeah, starting the second half nicely there. Love those easy lay-ins to get things going.
Exactly. That's the kind of possession. Ending with an easy one right at the bucket that you love to get early on. Builds confidence for the entire team.
Curry shot is off.
And close to making the defense pay for the lack of coverage that time.
To the paint. Here's Olajuwon. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Now it's a 3-point Wizards lead. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. Knicks trail by 3. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Wallace. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul goes against Washington. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why.
He hits the second from the line. Brent, I'm sure there were times, and you've won 2 championships where you thought you were going to win a title, and it didn't happen.
I'll go back to the first night that I thought potentially we were going to win a title with San Antonio, and that was in the 2005 final. To know that we were going to a Game 7 and had lost an opportunity where we really did feel coming off of Game 5 we were going to win, it certainly elevated the intensity of the Game 7, which we eventually won at home for our title in 2005.
Ball kicks to Richardson. Off target with the 3. The Wizards with the lead. 1:15 left in the third quarter of the game. So timeout call here, the first for Washington. And now we have a moment to recognize the player of the week in the Eastern Conference, Shaq.
And the nature of big men in the league has evolved, and it's a perfect example of how valuable a guy like this can be on your team. He's had a tremendous stretch of basketball here lately.
Passes it to Sloan. The Wizards working the ball around now. And another miss by Washington. New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Antetokounmpo. Floats one up, and the layup good by Curry. Curry's got it all tied up now for New York.
Just so good around the rim. Steph Curry knowing when to try his luck from there, and he gets super creative with some of the spins that he puts the ball on the rim.
And then Elijah with the dunk.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Hammock. Here's Porzingis. And that one hits like iron.
Wow, huge sigh of relief for the defense on that possession. You cannot give mid-range shooters any space like that to operate.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Washington shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And the first one drops. Good on both. We've got 13 seconds left in the third quarter. Let's go. Through the D for the layup. Porzingis has got his second basket.
They're going to take a little bit more to get Porzingis off of his sweet spot and his offensive game now.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Wizards lead by 2. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. They've got Fultz, Dominique Wilkins out there with Elijah Watt. And it's Stoudemire in at the point guard. That's the 5 on the floor for Wizards. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And here are the Knicks now. Over in the corner, on to Kumbo. 6 to shoot. Over Wilkins. Olajuwon grabs the miss. Olajuwon's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Wilkins passes to Olajuwon. Over to the wing. It's stolen by Curry. And Porzingis, here we go.
Porzingis not thinking twice, saw the gap, got in there, and scores.
Washington shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. Wilkins kicks to Stoudemire. And there's the call on Curry. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far for the Knicks. Wallace has checked in for O'Neal. Green comes in for Porzingis. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Steph Curry. Clock at 6. Deflects the pass. Stolen by Mitchell. Jumps up. That's tipped. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. A little over a minute of the 4th quarter gone right now. Green kicks to Mitchell. Over Wilkins. Ball dishes. Here's Antetokounmpo. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Up top, Haywood. Guarded by Green. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That is his 1st foul of the game. And Washington making a change here. Stone's checked in. Olajuwon not as good. And the Wizards lead by 2.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks.
Wallace inside. He's guarded by Olajuwon. Just 5 to shoot. So both teams making some changes here. 1:11 left here in the 4th quarter. Now here's Curry. He's guarded close over Bing. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
Here's Olajuwon out of bounds. New York takes possession.
Huge turnover at really the worst possible time. You have to value every possession, especially at this stage of the game.
40 seconds left to play in the final quarter. To the inside. And to Kumbo. Yes!
Oh, shocking there. That one's amazing.
Well, you play your heart out all night long, and then just 1 or 2 shots at the end decide the outcome.
Poke loose. It's thrown by to Kumbo. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. Here's Mitchell. It falls.
And big time bucket there. They got to play for a stop here with the 2-point lead. Most important thing, no open threes.
Washington calls timeout. They're trailing by 2. There's 21 seconds left in the 4th quarter. What do you think, guys?
You know what? You can go for the 3 to win or the 2 to tie. What's your choice in a situation like this?
I really like when you run plays that have options, get to either one, and take the best shot available.
Now the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, Steph Curry.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Scott Brooks' huddle. This is still a close game, and he told us guys, we're not far away. We can still get this one. If we seize the moment, we can walk away with the win. Guys?
Thank you, David. The deep 3 from Porzingis. And so it's Washington who's straight by with the win. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose.
Wanna tag alongside, yo, got all the she want me to. I ain't trying to at all, gang. I put some ice on my wrist. Everywhere I pop out is dancing. I hit the crowd with some. Soon as I walk out, they stand in. I had to be patient for this. I'm the man now, was the man then. I have my way with the.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Big D's, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. In this game, we'll see the Kansas City Knights going up against the San Antonio Spurs. Well,
on the road and hungry for a win against a Western Conference rival, the San Antonio Spurs are ready for this one to get started. Glad to have you with us for more NBA action. Chris Webber is joining us at the broadcast table alongside Greg Anthony and David Aldridge on the sideline. This is Kevin Harlan. This game be a challenge for them. Facing one of the top-tier teams in the league, they'll have to be at their best to steal a win here.
You know, the start of a homestand here, a short one, but nonetheless a very important one. So you want to get off to a good start.
And the starting group for the Spurs. Yao is out there with Simmons. Then there's Hardaway. Then there's Bradley Beal. And it's LeBron in at the small forward position. Hardaway against Holiday. Hardaway dishes to James. Count it.
The biggest fear any opponent has, I mean, watching LeBron go to work inside, I mean, you know what the results are going to be.
That's tipped. Holiday. Over Hardaway. The shot Holiday, no good.
Something affected him on that shot, and it wasn't the defense.
Moving it up. Here's Red. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. Bradley Beal picks one up.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Kansas City shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
At the line for two.
Second free throw, no good. James outside. Outside Hardaway. There's 1:38 left to play in the first. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And so Kansas City now.
Another whistle, and he's got to be careful with his foul situation.
Kansas City shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. The first one falls. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Beal.
At the line for two.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. And it's the Spurs ball. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Yeah, always disappointing when you allow a team to come back. But as we all know, no lead is safe in the NBA.
Offensive rebound.
Oh, that's just a quick move to the 10 and an even quicker reaction by the D to stop him.
Oh, no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
And the Spurs making a change here. Both free throws good from Red. 1:11 left to play here in the first. Pass to Eaton. LeBron James on the wing. Stolen by Jackson. Ilgauskas, the pass to Jackson. Knocks loose. And that's out of bounds. Kansas City will retain possession. And let's take a moment to honor the Western Conference Player of the Week, Yao Ming.
Well, it's not often you see someone be this impactful on the defensive
end, but that's what makes him special. I mean, he's been doing all the little things that don't necessarily show up in the box score, but you can bet his coach and teammates know that he's been carrying the team with his D.
And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. The Vince checked in for Kansas City. Spates checked in for the Spurs. Joe Ingles comes in for LeBron. Ingles kicks to Ellington. Over McCollum. The shot's good from Ellington.
That was all about the assist. Great pass to set up the shot.
And it's Kansas City's ball. McCollum outside. Good. He hits the jump shot. McCollum's got his first 2 points.
Oh, you got to respect the intelligence of a pro at utilizing the pick and roll. You can't let him get into a comfort zone.
Beverly finds Spates, and he gets the bucket.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
Pass to Levine. That will count. And the last second attempt does not go in for him.
Oh, and that's just a great defensive effort there by Beverly. He is all hustle.
And still a...
Why you think they call me ankle bully? That's because I'm breaking your ankle.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen, guys, from Kansas City.
Just very aggressive on the offensive side of the ball, attacking the rim in this first quarter. A lot of trips to the free throw line.
Yeah, and that's how you come out of the gates on your home court. I mean, get the crowd into the game right away.
Jackson is out there with Zadrunas Ilgauskas. Then it's Zach Levine. Then it's Spaghetti. And it's McCollum in at the 1 spot. And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court right now for the Spurs, Joe Ingles is out there with 3 Spates. Then it's Patrick Beverly. Then there's Wayne Ellington. And it's Eaton in at the center. And stolen by Ilgauskas. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
A different look now for San Antonio. Yao, he's checked in for Spates. Bradley Beal comes in for Wayne Ellington. Hardaway is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Now here's Hardaway. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And some changes here for Kansas City. Jackson, he's checked in for Ilgauskas. Red comes in for Zach Levine. And it's Drew Holiday in for Bibby. Here's Holiday. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
He's only listed at 6'4", but Holiday plays bigger than that. That's the case on D more than anywhere else. He can guard 3 positions, and there's a lot of value in that.
Ben Simmons, he's checked in for the Spurs. LeBron comes in for Joe Ingles. Spurs by 5. In the corner, it's James. And Jackson with the block. Cycly passes to Holiday. Poke loose. Pass to Aguirre. Back to Holiday. Over Hardaway. And Kansas City misses again. And LeBron gets it to go with the assist by Yao.
And James is super strong, incredible at powering through the defense.
Holiday against Hardaway. Now here is Holiday. Good closely. All alone. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Well, Kev, it could be. Take a great defensive play. Follow it up with a big-time dunk. That'll always get a team fired up.
And Kansas City now following the bucket by the Spurs. Shot clock at 5. Here's Jackson. Rebound by Yao. San Antonio trailing here. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Beal can't get it to go. Red against Beal. Here's Red. And there's the pass to Aguirre. Great D that time from James. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And we are not going to halftime just yet. Officials signaling they are going to review the tape.
And they're making sure on this one, even though it may not matter in the grand scheme, but the replay process is faster than ever. You know, why not?
And it looks like they got it right this time. No basket. The clock got expired while the ball was still in his hands.
Yeah, and even if they don't.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. Checking out Kansas City. Kenny, what's your take?
Well, I think they're feeling the energy of this hometown crowd. Sometimes you get a little complacent and comfortable in your surroundings, but no, they fed off adrenaline in the first half.
Shaq, let's get your thoughts on San Antonio. And that's going to do it for us here.
Ladies and gentlemen, dance team.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. And it's Kansas City's ball. It's a 1-point game. They've got Bibby. Davis is out there with Zadrunas Ilgauskas. Then it's Maggette. And it's McCollum in at the 2 spot. A 3-pointer is right on target. Bibby's got the first basket of the second half here for Kansas City. And for San Antonio, they've got Bradley Beal. Ben Simmons is out there with LeBron James. Then there's Yao. And it's Hardaway in at the point. Here's LeBron. Oh, that's blocked. And now the fast break with the ball. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Here's the schedule for Kansas City. On Friday, it'll be the Golden State Warriors coming into town. And then on Friday, they'll start out on the road and play the Timberwolves in Minnesota.
And for that matchup with the Kings, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have much an advantage over that team.
And the Spurs making a change here. Is checked in.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Now, here is Maggette. Nothing on the score for him.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
Eaton the pass to Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
And when you foul Simmons, you really got to foul him. You don't want to just mess around. He powers through.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And the free throw line was a problem spot for him in their last game. Really struggled up there.
Bibby kicks to McCollum. Four on the clock. And Kansas City misses again. San Antonio leading. On up the court. And Simmons slams it in.
When you're open, Bill will find you outstanding at working the ball over to the open man.
And Kansas City decides to take their first time out here.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
Well, the pace right now, that's being dictated to them. They have to try to get it back to their tempo, to their style of game.
And Kansas City making a change here. Levine's checked in. The Spurs also with the sub. And Beverly's checked in for Joe Ingles. Okay, time now for an injury report. Now an update on LeBron from David Aldridge. What'd you find out, David?
Hey, Kevin, I chatted briefly with the head athletic trainer for San Antonio. He told me that, in his opinion, the injury does not appear to be too serious. This injury could be devastating for them. This is a team that had title hopes, Kevin, and this is not what they need.
All right, David, thanks for checking in and letting us know how he's doing.
And let's just hope that he doesn't have any setbacks. During his recovery.
Fingers crossed, and hopefully it's nothing but good news from now on. David gives us updates on him.
Stolen by Levine. Outside, Davis. Shot to stop the run. Ilgauskas dishes to Davis. Here's Maggette. Beal block, but he stays with it. Outside, Levine. Clock it. Here's Ilgauskas. Trying to get open as Davis. Out to Maggette. And another shot. Davis, the pass to Maggette.
Nice bucket. There's no question about his skills at the offensive.
And so Beverly will bring it up for San Antonio. They lead by 1. It's his first trip to the line. That's good from Beverly.
Well, in overtime, Beverly has established himself as just a defensive specialist, juggernaut, an absolute pest who plays his tail off on both ends of the floor.
17 seconds left in the third. It's tipped and stolen by Simmons. And here's the fast break. Beal leading the way. Stolen by McCollum. Davis kicks to Maggette. It'll count. And no good on the last second attempt this time. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Spurs lead by 3. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist.
Ron is injured. Help.
Of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Oh, beautiful feed. Always a luxury to have a big man who can see the whole floor.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. They've got Jackson. Holiday out there with Michael Redd. Then there's Aguirre. And it's Cycli in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Red's shot is right there.
He wants the ball. They want him to have the ball. And as usual, he comes through in the clutch.
James picks Beverly. Spurs passing it around. James against Aguirre. James finds Bates. And the dunk by Spates.
Oh, you gotta love the intelligence of James. He understands the game like few others. I mean, he spots the open man with ease.
Beverly against Holiday. Double team on Holiday. To the wing right side. And stolen by LeBron. Moving it up. And then away with the dunk.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly. Just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
Pass to Aguirre. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
Guys, that was critical. I mean, that's what we're used to seeing out of him, though, at moments like this.
Beal's checked in for San Antonio. Poked away. Red outside. San Antonio with the rebound. Yau's got his 4th rebound in this one. Hardaway kicks to Spates, and it's Beal in the corner. Down low. And Maurice Spates the bucket on the assist by James. And the Spurs lead by 5.
Oh, that's a nice look, recognizing he had the opening to make the entry pass.
And Kansas City misses again. And it's the Spurs ball. Here's Red, and the rejection by James.
Love watching James dominate on defense. An impressive rejection artist. You better check your rear view when you're driving to the hole.
Cycly passes to Jackson. Pass to Aguirre. No one near him. Yes! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3. Hardaway with it. We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
James finds Hardaway. Here's LeBron. Goes back up. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Gets the first. That gives them a 4-point cushion. The Spurs making a switch here. Simmons is checked in. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Those are big. I mean, turns into a 2-possession game.
Hardaway with the steal, and now they decide to foul intentionally. First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here, so now it's a 7-point game.
Kev, those free throws helping them to make the lead even safer.
Time called here. Kansas City decides to talk it over. They trail by 7. There's 18 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
He's really seemed to fit the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. Offensive rebound. Kick out to Levine. No good. And here is James. Over Davis. Misses there. And so it's the Spurs with the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time.
Sleeping with the fishes, it's really getting ridiculous. Most folks are envious, or they either scared and in fear like insidious. Time's been ugly, but now they just hideous. Everybody's they trying to hide themselves from us. I'm just being me, never switching for the Bucks. I'm in y'all's playing, so I'm something no man can touch. I've been going ham like I'm playing in the clutch. Got the Kyrie step back when actors acting up. Been this way since a pup. You can't even get a sub. If you acting different, then you getting. And I ain't even let them come back like the Cubs. That's a dub. I'ma fly like a dove, so what's up? Lost in my mind and I'm drifting. Lost in my mind, seeing different. I've been lost in my mind and I'm drifting. I've been lost in my mind, seeing different. If you ain't showing love, then you only showing hate. And I already get enough. Wanting cream, needed double stuff. That along with the knowledge got my conscience rising up. The frequency way higher than when I was. If they ain't riding, I'ma leave them stuck. Cause most of them like Biden. Joe's trying to get a buck. I'm a pro, so they duck and say I'm loco. Meanwhile, rappers say the same thing like Coco. I don't see a threat, I don't stress over bozos. I bounce back the best, and that's no pogo. I did it all solo with the mind of a mogo. They try to throw a low blow, no. I got my guard higher like I got God higher. A star that's getting brighter, hanging in like a fighter. I gotta be liver, show a bob and weave and end them with good nighters. Lost in my mind and I'm drifting. Only bringing fire. Lost in my mind, seeing different. I've been lost in my mind and I'm drifting.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. And coming right up, we'll see the Milwaukee Bucks playing against the New York Knicks in New York. For New York, they'll be up for this game, facing the team that defeated them in the conference semis last season. This is one they've been waiting for.
I've been lost in my mind, seeing different.
I'm one of the greatest to ever do it.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Just look on.
Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. This is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines, we have David Aldridge reporting. Just a single game at home. After this one, it's back on the road for the Knicks. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Milwaukee team. Of course, they met a season ago during the conference semifinals.
And they swept this club in the regular season, but ended up falling to them in the playoffs.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. They've got Payton. He's out there with Hart. Mutombo is out there with Gervin. And it's Siakam in at the 4. Doris, you were the first female commentator to ever call a Knicks game on radio or television, and I imagine you remember that first broadcast very well.
I sure do, Kevin. It was against the Bucks. I filled in for the great Clyde Frazier, and the Knicks had just made it to the finals the year before, so it was exciting on a number of levels.
Now, here is Harden after the miss from Steph.
And Harden is more than just a scorer. He's also got some sensational handles and passing instincts. Loves connecting with his teammates.
Now, here's Curry. He's coming off a 40-point game against Washington.
Boy, and defensively, he had them off balance. He was able to come away with 4 steals.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Right, because otherwise you're going to give up those close-range opportunities all night. If you allow the opposition to get into the groove, look out.
And now, just over a minute played here in the first. Porzingis passes to Mitchell. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Payton.
Oh, great job on the closeout, providing a lot of good D on the perimeter.
Well, that's just superb effort on the defensive end. You don't allow the shooter to get into a rhythm from deep.
And look, if he gets it that low, he's going to hurt you.
Right, you can't be surprised when he burns you. The defense must force him out of the paint.
Payton against Curry. Knocked away. .111 left in the first. Shot off that time, and Milwaukee will come the other way.
And from everything you hear about Giannis Antetokounmpo, he keeps a laser focus. Basketball and his family are his sole preoccupation.
And here is Curry. George Gervin getting it to go from deep. So New York ends up going with the new group. Wallace kicks the ball. Outside, Green. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. The Knicks shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Shot clock at 6. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
Well, just loses his head for a moment. That's not overthinking. That's just not thinking.
The Bucks making a switch here. Wiggins is checked in. And Milwaukee has possession. Richardson cover. To the middle. Kicks it out to Wiggins. And out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way.
Yeah. A large, hot color coffee, light with cream, 3 sugars. Dang. A large, hot color coffee, light with cream, 3 sugars. Light with cream. He likes cream. Look, just tell her light with cream and sugars. Light and sweet, but with cream. Yep, that's it. All right. Yeah.
For New York, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Here's Richardson. Out to Wallace. The pass to Wallace. Goes back up. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. 1 quarter. Well, there are a lot of letters that go into the spelling of Giannis Antetokounmpo's last name. He helped set the record.
In a Nigerian way, you gotta say with it.
Seems easy enough, right?
I guess so. I think a lot of people are going to stick with Giannis or the Greek Freak.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
Well, the commitment is evident, and they are simply phenomenal at their aggression on the defensive end right now.
On the court for the Bucks, we've got Mutombo. Free out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then there's Rudy Gay. A lot of guys can take over a game, Doris, at a moment's notice. Snap of your finger. In your mind, who goes that quickly into that zone and takes over like that?
I'll tell you this, the guy who comes first to my mind is Klay Thompson. I mean, what we've seen this guy achieve in a 12-minute quarter and the speed with which The ball from the touch of his fingertips to the release is incredible. Damian Lillard, another guy, doesn't get it off quite as fast as Clay, but can put 20, 30 in a quarter in a heartbeat. Guys like Kyrie Irving, Russell Westbrook, when they start cooking, boy, you better step out that kitchen because you're going to be in trouble, Kevin.
You are. Well said. Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. O'Neal's checked in for Wallace. Porzingis comes in for Green. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Wallace. And it's Seth Curry in for Richmond. Just 4 to shoot. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ball. And let's use this break to check out a group of the NBA's best defenders recently. The shooting guards averaging the most steals per game for the past month. Look at Curry, always dangerous on the court. He leads the league.
You know, he's often forced to guard the opposition's top player on the perimeter, and still he's made his way all the way up the steals list.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's a defensive assignment in this league that he couldn't handle with relative ease. That's how disruptive he is. It is impossible for an opposing player to find a comfort zone when he's the guy guarding them.
And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
Well, Kevin, how about the shot mechanics of your 7-footer? Kristaps Porzingis is efficient in catch and shoot. How about the day before the draft, Kristaps Porzingis said it was, quote, his dream to for New York. Said it's a basketball city, big-time spotlight. I can take it. How cool is that, guys?
And so New York calls timeout. They're first. And Doris, isn't it amazing, talking about Porzingis, that he was actually booed when the Knicks made their selection?
It is, Kev. We know New York's a tough town, tough media, obviously, and if they don't know you, they will challenge you. But I've got to say this, Porzingis has proven the hater.
The Mitchells checked in for the Knicks. Curry comes in for Lonzo Ball. Milwaukee also making some changes. Siakam is checked in for Dumbo. James Harden comes in for Andrew Wiggins, and it's Payton in for now Gabe. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. He's at 5 points in the quarter.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
They get a hand on it. Curry outside. Rebound, Milwaukee.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Harden draws the double. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Mitchell passes to O'Neal. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That is his first foul of the game. Picked off in midair.
What outstanding defensive anticipation and a poor decision passing.
And the rejection by Akumbo. Here's Payton. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Payton's got his first points of the night. Here's Curry. Over Gervin. And that one released in time, but no good. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. The Bucks on top, up 5. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Quite the tussle there in the first half, huh? A competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. They were unable to ever build a big lead in the first period, with 3 points being their largest cushion. Well, for the Bucks, Kenny, what's your take?
Well, I like their effort on the boards because the game.
And now with the second half about.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. It's been quite a game for Rudy Gay.
And when everyone's keying on you, you have a choice. Become passive or just work that much harder. He consistently chooses the latter.
And he has tremendous mental fortitude. He's a guy you can count on to give you his all every single game.
Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Shaquille O'Neal. Then it's Donovan Mitchell, and then there's Antetokounmpo, and it's Curry in at the 1 spot. And that's 3. David Fizdale as we begin the second half. Siakam far from the most skilled player on the floor, but Dorsey finds minutes through his hustle.
This guy has got one of the highest motors in the league. He can lead out in transition, finish in the open floor. I'll tell you, this is a jolt of caffeine in a power forward's body.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
Now the Bucks moving it up. Here's Gervin. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Nice timing to get up on that shot.
Boy, you can't ask for better defense, Greg. Excellent work getting right into the grill of the shooter. For the Knicks, Wallace comes in for O'Neal, and Draymond Green's subbed in for Porzingis. Antetokounmpo against Gervin. And so Antetokounmpo looking over it. Inside, Mitchell, and it's sent back by Mutombo. Payton against Curry. And the basket by Mutombo. Mutombo's got 6.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
You know, Doris, for a long time, few people realized how efficient the three-point shot can be, the extra point making such a difference. Why do you think it took a while for that thought process? Well,
I think obviously we have advanced metrics, and the reason we have advanced metrics is there are more ways to monitor the things that happen between the lines, right? There are cameras everywhere. We can track people's data via computer programs. But I think one of the interesting things to me, Kevin, is that Steph Curry really has changed the logistics of what defines a quality shot. Here's a guy who steps across half court, and when he does, he's in range. So the influence of Steph Curry cannot be understated.
Great example. Ball against Free. Here's Green, and Green slams it in.
Boy, how hard is Draymond Green to handle in the pick and roll? And it doesn't matter whether he's the guy handling the basketball or, in this instance, he's the guy rolling to the rim.
And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That is his first foul of the game. The dish now to Gay, and taken away by Wallace.
Ill-advised pass on that one, guys. I mean, he had to know there was a man there in position to get that turnover.
Bucks leading by 9. A three-pointer, Wiggins. Rebound by Wallace. Second half play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Green kicks the ball. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It's going to be on Rudy Gay.
Yeah, how about the concentration from Ball? Not allowing himself to be denied. Really got to wrap him up on these shots to prevent the...
Milwaukee making a switch here. Harden's checked in. The Bucks shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. The free throw drops for Free. And he can't hit the second. Still by 8. And here is Ball. He's definitely a factor in their offense, averaging 12 points a game. The Knicks shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. And the technical free throw, missing that time. They'll retain possession here, however. Here's Richardson. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. The three from Porzingis. And the last shot before the buzzer is off.
Well, Wiggins' raw athleticism is going to make him versatile enough to guard a number of positions.
And so it's Milwaukee in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. We'll return shortly.
Don't miss the high-flying action this All-Star Saturday night as the NBA's top slam dunk specialists do battle in the slam dunk contest.
And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Green, please welcome Dark Hour. My nigga. About to be a dark hour. I'm gonna be 57 with 7K likes. Daddy. I'm whipping his ass. So much that he looked up cheat codes.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates, Greg. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got Wiggins, Harden out there with Free, and at Siakam in at the center. Here's O'Neal. It's good. Shaq's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Knicks.
And O'Neal, just a brute on the block, simply overpowers the opposition.
With the steal. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
A good job to take it right at the D.
The first free throw is good. So for the Knicks, Antetokounmpo's checked in for Wallace. Mitchell, Jason Richardson, and Curry subbed in for Lonzo Ball.
Nice. This is a point in the game where if you get a chance to close the gap, you got to make the most of it.
And a deep three from Harden. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. And the Bucks lead by 7. It's tipped out of bounds. Knicks ball as New York keeps possession of it.
They got very fortunate there, guys. They should just take their time on offense and not try to force things.
Here's O'Neal.
He is an amazing defender. He just takes pride testing every shot.
That's a nice play. You have to read and react in an instant to have success on the offensive glass.
Knocked loose. Curry with the steal. And the dunk by O'Neal.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? Looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Yeah, a big change of possession in a tight ball game. We'll see if they've seized the momentum.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Well, to me, it's critical that Mitchell continue to focus on hitting the guys who are open. We know he can score the ball.
And it's Shaquille O'Neal with the foul. That's his first foul.
Well, you knew he was going to come through there. The more that's riding on it, the better he seems to be.
1:36 left in the game. They get a hand on it. Mitchell against Payton, and he's going up for the alley-oop. It's rebounded by Porzingis. And here's Curry, who brings it up for the Knicks. Trailing by 2, and the foul on Harden. That'll be his second foul of the game. We've got 1:18 left in the game. Gervin with the steal. Harden finds Payton. Bucks passing it around. Milwaukee, no good that time either. For New York, they've gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. He hits the first one, and that narrows the gap to 1. That one drops. He ties it up.
And that's how you do it. Free throws can make a huge difference in a tight game.
Harden against Mitchell. Harden dishes to Mutombo. Sinks it.
No doubt. You love seeing him knock down the clutch basket.
And the Knicks with possession. Mitchell kicks to Curry. Inside. Whoops, they pick off the pass. they'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
Peyton, a super vocal guy, constantly talking up a storm, always trying to get into the heads of the opposition. 2-possession game now. I mean, those were really important foul shots.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
And the ferocity on display defensively here from Mutombo. Just an incredible shot block. You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
Boy, those free throws add a nice cushion to their lead.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 6. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Is what you're saying.
And I'm not sure the 2-point bucket does much here. I think they got to go for 3.
Unless it's an and one, a 2-pointer makes no sense. Unfortunately for them, the defense knows this too.
And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here.
Playing with lots of energy here, trying to cause turnovers.
I love the tenacity right now. Definitely on the prowl, looking for every opportunity to make a steal. The other team has got to be sharp.
Over in the corner, Porzingis takes the 3. Curry can't get it to go. And up the court, the Bucks on the break. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
Yeah, it's a perfect example of why good hands are important in basketball. It just misread that pass completely.
New York calls timeout. They're behind by 6. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
And down like this, there's so much to talk about. I don't know if one timeout is going to be enough.
I think it's looking pretty bleak.
And it's the Knicks with the ball. And Fergus launches it from deep. New York, no good that time either.
Oh, great job on the closeout, providing a lot of good D on the perimeter.
Well, that's just superb effort on the defensive end. You don't allow the shooter to get into a rhythm from deep.
And so the Bucks take the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll
like you don't care.
Yeah. Hey. Hey, get your numbers up. I had to get my numbers up. Now I got it like they gave it to me. But I took it, they ain't give it to me. She really do it to me. God knew it for me. Yeah, it really fit. It's a shoe-in for me. I started hooping for the Nike check. I play tennis for the Rolex. I be in Miami, never seen a beach. Enough out in blue when you saw me. She was. I just came to get these fits off. I'm everywhere. I just didn't get no pics off. You was there. You saw me get my. Oh, you heard about it. Lot of gossip. I had to get it poppin'. I ain't had no running game. I ain't had no option. Now I really got it. I really do. I really got it. Ain't no secret to it. If I did it, then I had to do it. She really do. She really got it. I had to do it.
Hey, so make sure you watch this
ass whooping I'm about to get somebody. Ain't no secret to it.
We go for a 10-second commercial break.
She really got it. Yeah, I had to do it. breakfast. Exit stage left on some clever. Like, gotta pick up my pops from the airport. White lies.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers playing against the Golden State Warriors. Well, for Golden State, they've made it through their first 10 games with just one loss. It's hard to argue with anything they've done so far. It's been that impressive a start to the season.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome, everyone, and welcome a two-way player to be sure, DA. Thanks. Tonight, Smitty, two teams, same conference, rivalry game. Tensions could be hot.
First of all, Kevin, I'm fired up. The fans are going to be fired up. The players. This is not one of those normal games. The tensions are going to be high. I think this one's going to be very physical.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Thompson and Durant, the deadly shooting wing pair. Jones is out there with Draymond Green, and it's Curry in at the one spot. And so it's the Warriors getting on the board first. Here's LeBron, banked in off the glass.
Taking advantage of what's there. LeBron reads the situation correctly.
Now here's Curry. He had 28 points in the win against Minnesota.
His rebounding was solid in that effort as well. He did a lot of work on the glass, all around it, just his effort level.
Backstage for your eyes, only in my city. This a god. Shot goes out the J. He's a bad man. Me, I'm a Superman, a Iron Man, a Batman. One time for the Batman. Remember, I'm the little run a jet. Every time I turn my back around a so I left the city, made a move out to the A. They asked him, is he straight? Great, now you can't control. Right here, please get the back, pretty penny ain't worth. Had to did that PDSY up next. Workaholics at me, I need a Rolex. The shot, he need a Rolex.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Los Angeles Lakers as they go up against
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Rings. And now, your Los Angeles Lakers starting lineup. At center, standing at center.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. It'll be the defending NBA champion Golden State Warriors taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. And the continued absence, Clark, of DeMarcus Cousins, the story.
Yeah, Kevin, that deals a major blow to this team. Now the identity may have to change with him not in the lineup. Not even sure what that identity is going to be as of yet, but of all the guys to lose, he's the last one you wanted to see go down.
All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Durant and Green are the forwards. Curry and Thompson are the 1 and the 2. And it's Jones and at the center position. Durant, the pass to Curry. Outside for Durant. And Clark, the league in general, increasing the pace of play. Tonight's teams exemplify that approach.
I really think the game
to be played at a high pace, Kevin. We've had periods where it's been a little bit more bump and grind, defensive oriented, but I like the trend that the game has taken on the last decade or so. Up and down, a lot of possessions, a lot of scoring, and a lot of entertainment value. I love it. I love the way the game is played now.
I couldn't agree more. And so it's the Warriors getting on the board first. Latrey, and another three for Golden State.
And Kevin, that three ball of Curry deadly. I mean, you feel like it's going in as soon as he lets it go, no matter where, at what angle, or how deep.
Now here is McGee. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Blazers in Portland.
And of course, you cannot forget just how dominant his shot blocking was in that game. Just changed the entire complexion of that game.
Here's Thompson following the bucket by the Lakers. Kicks to Green. Pass to Jones. 6 to shoot. Pass to Curry. Deep. And no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. This game against Golden State is the first time this season. A putback. James on the follow. James has got his first basket.
Excellent timing on that tip in. That's something that makes him so good. I mean, just great timing in the air around the basket. A gift.
Goes up on the high post. Misses off the right iron.
You're not going to see very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And McGee kicks the ball. Ingram passes the ball. Lakers working the ball around now. Out to Kuzma. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Kuzma's got himself on the board with 3 there.
The timing, the rhythm. Kuzma really does a nice job catching the defense off guard with those catch-and-shoot jumpers.
The Warriors shooting their first free throws of this game.
And when you got a team percentage of about 81%, you're going to be one of the elites in this league.
Those are good numbers for any team. I mean, they can feel extremely good about their free throw shooting percentage this season.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Lance Stephenson's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Josh Hart comes in for Ingram. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Ball. And McGee kicks to Stevenson. It's stolen by Bell. And a wide open look for Iguodala. Buried from outside. But I don't know. I think we may see a review here. That was pretty close. And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the bat? And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Warriors on top. They're up by 4. And back in a moment as we'll get under.
It's a cognitive and neurological drill.
The improvement he's made, Greg, in his ball handling has really upped his game.
I mean, able to keep his head up as he attacks off the dribble, read the defense, and drills like that can only help.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Guys, let's get your take on the huddle stats for the Warriors.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Stevenson and LeBron, the veteran forward pair. Hart is out there with Rajon Rondo, and it's McGee in at the 5, down low. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Makes it off the glass. McGee's got 6 points.
Boy, I like seeing the ball get to that spot. Reminds me of my days doing work down there. When you have this kind of positioning, scoring is simple.
Livingston passes to Looney. Picked away. A solo fast break. And finished off by LeBron.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
And that unleashed chaos play presented by Under Armour. Cover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Here's Livingston. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Tell you what, Kevin, they will take that every time. Limited defense, great shot. Just came up empty. You live with those.
And the dunk by LeBron.
And when you're open, Rondo finds you. Always has his head on a swivel.
Some changes for the Lakers. Kyle Kuzma comes in for JaVale McGee. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Lance Stevenson. They'll look here for the Warriors. Green, he's checked in for Jordan Bell. Jerebko comes in for Looney. Durant's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Klay Thompson in for Sean Livingston.
And you know, early on that Kyle Kuzma is going to be a great scorer. He had no problem putting up big numbers in his rookie season. Many feel, and I'm with them, this is just the start. And he has plenty of upside in other areas of his game. This guy is all-star caliber in time.
Lonzo Ball, he's checked in for Rajon Rondo. Curry against Ball. Will it go? Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut to just 5 points on the basket from Stephen Curry. And with Kuzma, he is so ahead of schedule as a scorer. He's had time to branch out to development.
Yeah, he's got a nice game offensively. Boy, he does a little bit of everything. Handles it, shoots it, can score with the ball. Even at the end of last season, I think he focused more on acting as a playmaker for others, which adds to his versatility. The sky's the limit for this guy.
And stolen by James. It's stolen by Curry. 41 seconds left here in the second. They kick it out to Green for the three. The shot, no good. And the Lakers going the other way now. James, the pass to Hart.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And, Greg, definitely that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Fires the three. And again, no good by the Lakers. Outside Durant. And so it's Los Angeles heading to the bench with a 7th. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. This home crowd is elated about what they've seen. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. The game was always within a fairly narrow margin, with their largest deficit of the period being 6. They were a finely tuned unit in the second quarter, easily outscoring their counterparts and getting in front by 7 points at the end of the half. And now with the second half of
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game.
Well, we know Luke Walton comes from the Warriors coaching system, was an assistant there prior to taking this Lakers position, and known for his sharpness as an offensive coach.
And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. Curry and Thompson are the 1 and 2. Durant and Green are the forwards. And it's Jones in at the 5 spot. Curry looking around. From deep three-point range. Pocket 4. Rebounded by McGee. McGee's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. A plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
I would agree.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, no let up. Killer instinct on display, trying to put this team away. I love the tenacity.
Curry against Ball. And that one hits back iron.
That's unacceptable shot selection there, Kevin. I mean, why on earth did he think that was a good look?
And the Lakers with some changes. Lance Stevenson's checked in for James. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Ball. And the Warriors also making change. Looney's checked in. Rondo kicks to McGee. For three, Ingram knocks down the three ball. In the NBA, Clark, great offense sometimes overcomes great defense. The fadeaway jumper, an example of one of the more unstoppable shots players make.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, you think of guys like Dirk Nowitzki, LeBron James. Dirk's was so unorthodox, and at his size, just impossible to get to his shot when he stepped away from you. And LeBron has mastered it with his athleticism and strength. I mean, he'll fade away and fade 8-10 feet away from you and still get that shot off. So those two guys, I mean, talk about major fadeaways currently in the last decade. I don't think you could find anybody that would top them.
To the paint. Here's McGee. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. McGee's got the lead up to 14 now for Los Angeles. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Let's take this chance to showcase the top setup man at the small forward position in the NBA. LeBron James, #1. Kevin Durant is second.
The passes we've seen some of these guys make from the wing, just outstanding, truly gifted distributors.
I tell you what, you put the isolated cam on these guys and you would notice how flawlessly they execute those entry passes. They create so many easy baskets in the low post because of how on time and on target those feet are.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebound has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Iguodala outside. Here is Livingston. 6 to shoot. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And finished off by LeBron.
Boy, you look at Kentavious Caldwell Pope. He is a wonderful defender. And you really got to admire the way he positions himself to come up with these steals.
And defensively, great anticipation, making a play there on the ball.
Well, the thing they did there, Greg, clogged up the passing lanes, playing them beautifully and making things hard for the opponent. That's really good defense.
And here we go. Fast break. LeBron's got it. And James throws it down hard.
And there's no question that James is one of the best dunkers ever. A forced finisher who loves showing off his athleticism.
And so it's Los Angeles with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. Luke Walton had some advice for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Hey, great job on defense of communicating, and on offense just making the simple pass.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out this game to become competitive. Ball is the point with KCP at his side. LeBron James is out there with Kyle Kuzma, and it's Hart in at the 3. That's the Laker 5. Here's Cook. It's tipped.
Ball size and timing, really an asset when it comes to him blocking shots.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
The Warriors making a switch here. Curry's checked in.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just one in the first.
LeBron kicks to Hart. Off target from outside. Warriors trail by 21. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Ball's knocked loose. Here's Kuzma. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Jones has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Floats it up for James. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Yeah, first and foremost, he's a pass-first team player, is Caldwell Pope. Love seeing that.
And that was an Unleashed Chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Habit. Timeout called the Warriors. Well, there's a ton to talk about Lonzo Ball, but if you focus just on what he brings to an offense, there's a lot to like.
Yeah, I mean, he just sees so much on the floor. I mean, he sees all the cuts and angles, both offensively and defensively. And we know his shot will be a work in progress, but it showed some improvement in consistency the second half of last year. And for all the circus that can surround Ball off the court, you forget that he is already an elite playmaker in the NBA.
And, you know, for a big man, I think Green is one of the better dime droppers in the league. I mean, he's a true point forward who has excellent vision and sees the floor well.
And so Green will bring it up for Golden State. Ball against Curry. May have been the 90s, Clark, when we saw the pick and roll really become a common type play. Defenses have now adjusted somewhat, but many offenses still rely on it now.
Man, you go way back to the 50s and 60s. The pick and roll has been one of the hardest plays to defend since really basketball came into existence, quite honestly. Puts a lot of pressure on the defense. And now with the interchangeable parts many teams have, you have the real challenge of small guys setting screens on big guys and creating havoc. So screen and roll action, always a very important part of the game and a hard set to cover well on defense.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Lakers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going in game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A click was put on display here today.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for LeBron.
Oh, it was nice seeing him do his thing on offense, wasn't it? Turned it up a notch and flat out pulverized the defense.
Here's Ball.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
And, you know, this is what's needed at this point in the game, Greg. The great teams know how to close it out.
No good on that one.
Quinn Cook.
And he's good on the second. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync. I'll tell you what, the energy in the arena, you can feel it.
Big time. I mean, it's amazing. Their crowd letting them hear it, and that's always inspiring. They want to see this thing get wrapped up.
Jones kicks to Durant. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Zubac. Caldwell Pope for 3. That one misses. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, LeBron, congrats on the win. What do you think made the difference tonight?
Defense. We made our mark defensively. We understand that for the long term, we have to defend at a high.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge.
Oh, you can stream it.
His name. Oh, can we level our guys up faster to 3 of us?
Play in the park.
You should have seen the show.
Unless you're doing a specific damage.
Finish jury. I get my money up in places but Missouri. White and yellow diamonds look like rice and curry. Fergie be so hop up out the Porsche, hop up in the Rari. This is eating calamari. I'm a playboy, say what's up to Cardi. Yeah, and my diamond shining, and you know it's Cardi.
Hey, Chris.
Morning 111, man. I'm with Flipper, man. Okay. Skirt, skirt. Let's get it.
Flipper. Whoa. Hey, man, having a gang, man. Hear me? Having.
Hey, understand me. They carry gang good at my family.
Only good might do.
I want a Grammy.
I like to stun a lot. Had to get the bitch that's fancy.
That wild
Pull up, stir in the bed. I never did me a Chevy.
White Billy came a long way from dropping the shit.
I'm swerving and my back of it hurting. Why am I really heavy?
I'm swerving down the court. You would think I was Kyrie Irving.
I'm having, I'm with the flipper. Ball me my britches, 1K for my zipper. Hands to the sky like a your chest make you jump like a nigga. I'm busy, I catch on my calendar. Expensive dinner, no caviar. Big mansion, one room, lavender. Wanna book me, hit my manager.
Have it like O'Neal, walking like what's the deal? 10 rooms, paint 1 teal. Can you really keep it player? Can you really keep it real? Box Chevy for the summer, new bent for my mother. Good gas, low number, like the old school thunder. Water on me like a plumber.
This 111 you see, I know that you wanna be me. You claim you're real, but you squealed. If you got status, they call you OG. No dinner table, but shorty, I'm blessed. I don't gotta sneeze. For the haters, I got the best for the.
I got the best for the. I used to Irene. Triple camera then flash. I am the one that you see in magazines. Flash, fresh when I still get off a 30 by myself. Uppercut with the left. What you gonna do with the wealth?
On me like a bike. You bitches struck on my fans in the face. They tell me they love me, it's more than a like. They fake, I check them like knife. Not my whole life. Don't know what's a 9 to 5. Skip all pouring up that.
Give her a like motorbike. Roll the dice, roll the dice, roll the dice. I'm having ice on me, look like the poltergeist. Jeans on me cost a rack. Tap my name on her back. So it's better. Run them like running back. I've been just still one nigga, remember that.
Understand me. Take care of gang good at my family.
Only we can't do no.
Want a Grammy.
I make the birds sing high. You will think they send me.
Pull up, stir in the bed. I never did me a Chevy.
Pull up in Bentleys. I came a long way from dropping in Chevys.
I'm swerving and my back of it hurting. Why am I really heavy?
I'm swerving down the court. You would think I was Kyrie Irving. Flipper.
Deal tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos, tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos, tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos. Then I'm packing, tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos, tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos, tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos. Then I'm packing. Now look who creeping, look who crawling, still ballin' in the mix. It's that 6'6" long slim, yo chick, pulling tricks, looking slick. At all times when I'm flipping, sipping, car dipping, Grant Wood grain gripping, still tipping on fofos, wrapped in fofos. GameCube, Nintendo, 5% tint, so you can't see in my window. Don't
Black party. Come on, boy. Everybody else, you can't make none. Can I stop coming in, coming in? Put up in a drop top, she drop. I put up in a drop top, she drop. My diamonds dancing high skies, they hold this. My diamonds dancing high skies, they hold this. Yeah. No problem, guy.
I can play you with my dude.
They check it to 10. I got calling.
I'm the kid.
Where's Ollie? With them. I be ballin' like the pro. I be ballin' like my brother Mo. Check West, I ain't a joke. Steph West, stay.
Looking at me like that.
Yo, spam the like for that shit. Thumbs up. Share the broadcast. You know what time it is. All right, let's go to a 10-second commercial.
Fans like it features size Xbox. Watch it. It was mixer. But look at me, he's talking to me right there. I know you want to talk about me. What's that? You got fucking put baby powder all over your face and took a picture and scan that shit? I didn't like my head, so I chopped it up. I didn't like my legs, so I chopped him up. One finger at a time, I chopped him up. I didn't like my tummy, so I chopped it up. Hands off my body. Hands off my body. I want to name the fat ass.
Holly. Holly.
Tommy! Who you gonna walk by? No one. No one, baby.
Now first the Dipset split up, then the Zillia Banks leave Twitter, and now you hating on nickel. I just been the same stand-up since the day I came in this game, and I just come in here to stay till I'm crippled. I'm a combination of Kane, G-Rap, Reggie Noble, and James, who still has Ashanti and Kelly rolling in dreams. They tried to blackball me but couldn't, I was too good. They tried to run me out of my city, I was too hood. So all I'm trying to say to all that's trying to me is, hey, even had to stand in line and wait, cause this is God's work, handcrafted by karma. I'ma always be here laughing and clowning last, and I promise. And last but not least, I'ma finally retire my dad from out that post office, and that's on my mama. I live my life for my girls and my boys, and I took my soul back from the devil. Now the world can enjoy it. Can I rock it? Now can I rock it? If she pretty, I'ma come around your city, I'm gonna hunt her down. I'm gonna come around and rock it. Can I rock it? Now can I rock it? Come on. Anytime I come around your city, I'm gonna burn it down. Venue after venue, I'm gonna come around and rock it.
You know I come around and rock it. You know I come around and rock it. You know I come around and rock it. You know I come around and rock it.
Rocking them shit. Like you
know I
guys
come
love
around and rock it. You know
the broadcast,
I come around and rock it.
You feeling Doug? And of course.
Cam likes it. That was retarded. I gotta get a rematch with that. Guys, spam like if you love the elbow by Jay Sports.
Super Bowl play. Reverse 360 switch hand dunk with the other side.
Virtual after that.
Make sure y'all hit subscribe, like, share your videos.
This is crazy.
Hear that ass whooping I just gave you?
What's up, Golak?
Eyes on me, I see you watching. Oh, we do what we want to. Oh, it's a zoo when we come through. Oh, we on it. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. We on it. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Touchdown on the PJ. Last night was a blur, I'm on replay. Hiding ready like Caesar's pizza. You know I can't fight the demons.
No.
Shakalaka, she run her hair through my lies, but she wanna rise. I love it when you call me Papa, the doctor. Hi, my name's Chang, I do what I want to. Eyes on money, but I'm focused on you. Body full of tattoos, I make her kiss the ink. Little broke her nose if my don't stink. Had a staring contest with the devil, he blink. Told my ex bye-bye, we are not in sync.
Touchdown, boom, shakalaka. Oh, eyes on me, I see you watching. Oh, we do what we want to. Oh, it's a zoo when we come through. Oh, we on it. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. 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 We on it. Oh.
My boy's gonna do this. Get over it! This nigga.